All right. Welcome back to Inspection Pro Joe, episode 16, brought to you by Pair Payments. Today, Joey is live from Dallas. We have Joey at a conference today, and that's actually funny. Today, we're going to be talking about conferences and
Heck yeah.
what you can do with them and how you can take advantage of them. So, Joey, how's Dallas?
Oh my God, man, it's awesome meeting so many great people down here. You talk about, just coming to conferences. I think my first home inspection conference was in 2015. At that point, I had 3 inspectors. It was just me, my dad, my brother. And that one conference and propelled us to now we have 14 inspectors. We're doing over 4,000 inspections. And I related all to meeting the people I needed to meet, or most of it to meeting the people I needed to meet that gave me belief to go back and build a business. I didn't realize how many multi-inspector firms there actually were until I went to a conference. I didn't realize, the technology that was out there. I mean, we were scheduling inspections on like Google Calendar. And then I got acquainted with ISN. And now there's tons of competitors to ISN out there that you can use for your software, your CRM, your customer management, your scheduling software. There's so many great technologies. And, it took me until 2015 to even realize that those were out there that really made our business streamlined or help streamline our business.
Let you take it to the next level.
Oh, you take it to the next level when you see other companies doing the same thing in other parts of the country. And really, it just built belief, right? And now I go to conferences every year because I just think that they're so powerful. You're going to get a lot of information when you go to your first conference. You're not going to be able to implement all of it, right? So you take 1 to 3 things and you implement it. And this is why, like, the big gurus out there, not just in home inspection, say you should go to a conference once a quarter, because you're not going to be able to implement everything from the last conference. And then it builds belief. And then you get these great relationships with other people in your industry that aren't in your market, where you can call them on the phone, share ideas with them.
Yeah.
So we're here in Dallas, man, having a ball. The conference really starts tomorrow. On Wednesday, it's the big day where everyone comes in. But we're sitting here. I'm sitting here at the Pair Payments booth. Hell yeah, helping people with their credit cards. And it's and there's other vendors to the left of me. And it's so far it's been just a great time with some of the industry's best. Crazy. I didn't realize how many inspection companies were doing over $1 million and over $2 million.
Yeah. Wow. And it's awesome to be able to network with everyone. I'm wondering, which have been your favorite conferences? What are the top conferences you recommend for a home inspector who's like, all right, now I need to get to some conferences? Where do they go? What are the best conferences?
Well, Residential Warranty Systems has a great conference. Their top meeting, it's a great conference. InspectionGo, formerly known as MIC, great conference. And that's the one I'm at right now. And there's, our guest, our last guest, Home Inspectology, has a conference list that you guys can go to and look up at the upcoming conferences. I strongly suggest you look into those. The Inspection World or the World Inspection Conference at the ASHI Conference. ASHI Conference is a great one. It's probably only need to spend too many days there as a first-time inspector, but it's great because there's tons of vendors at that conference, and there's literally thousands of inspectors that go there. The IGOs, the RWS, they're going to be smaller in size, but the people are going to be typically bigger multi-inspector firm businesses. You're going to run into a lot of those. And that's great for building a business. You don't want to learn from the single man guy how to build a business. He might help you be able to get started and do all that, but you really want to learn from people that are doing $1 million a year, doing $2 million a year, doing $3, $4, $5, $6 million a year. There's a guy here that his business is doing, I heard, $7 to $8 million a year. Wow. Those are incredible people to be able to get in a smaller group and really be able to ask questions and learn from and do that. And, and just the technology aspect too, some of these vendors, you get to partner up with them, and it may be a great partnership, where they're going to help your business grow, and and we've had that, ever since
They
my first
keep you on the
conference.
they keep you on the cutting edge of technology, right? So you're
Yeah,
not
they keep you,
falling
yeah,
behind.
and that's the beautiful thing about conferences is people are here to grow. It's
Yeah.
not just the inspector, it's the vendors too. And so you're really, you got to vet every vendor that you go into business with, make sure you're doing the right decisions, but they're here to grow and they're here to be improved. And a lot of them are geared really towards that customer service experience that's really key to building your business.
Yeah. And do
So
you have any tips or tricks? Any of Joey's inside tips or tricks for conferences? How do you maybe nurture that relationship coming out of the conference where you now met someone, or how do you, take this new idea for how you're gonna do a software or some new process? How do you take it out, or any tips or tricks for that kind of stuff?
well, you got to set an appointment with them. You got to set a meeting to go over. Like if you're looking into a software, that's not just a sign up right away, right? You need to be getting on the Zoom, understand the features, understand the usability. So setting up meetings though while you're at a conference to take the action steps to grow business is very important. And those are the things that you really want to start doing. And you have to have priorities, right? You can't just make a list of stuff and then do them. Like what's priority A, what's priority B, and list them out. So when you get home, okay, what are we doing first? What are we doing second? Because you're going to take a lot of notes. You're going to probably have 15 to 20 different things that you could implement, but you're not going to be able to do every single one. It's unrealistic. And if you do, you're probably not going to do a good job at implementing it. So pick, like I said, 1 to 3 things that are going to have the biggest impact on your business immediately to then do. And you can get to the ones after, a couple months later on your list. But that's why it's such good to go back in 3, 4 months, 6 months to get a refresher, because there's going to be new ideas and there's going to be new ways to build your business. The speakers that get up on these stages on the days are talking about those things, how to market, what they're doing, especially now with COVID. There's going to be new ideas on how did inspectors adapt and innovate during this difficult time to get business. And so those are the things that I'm excited for, because hiring 3 more inspectors, trying to make sure that the phones are ringing in a seller's market where I live in Virginia is key for us. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And, is there anything that maybe people won't tell you about conferences that you need to be aware of? Like, I don't know, something that most people won't tell you because they want you to get there or anything like that?
I think that, the biggest thing, and I think the mistakes that I made early on was you don't have to spend a bunch of money, and I think there's sometimes you go to conferences and everyone's trying to sell you something and do that. And this is why our priority list is huge, because don't think that you have to buy everything, because remember, if they get up on stage selling something, they have a great sales pitch. They know how to close people.
Yeah.
And so you feel like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. But a great product with poor implementation is not going to help your business, right? So you want to make sure that you're setting your priorities, maybe having somewhat of a budget, right? Making sure you actually can get that return back from your investment. Because spending money helps you make more money. But if you're making more revenue, but your profitability is staying the same, or you're not showing more profit, that's a problem, right? And to be honest with you, that's how we kind of grew in the beginning. We weren't making more money. We were just doing more volume,
But you're grabbing market share.
A lot of money. We grabbed market share. Yeah. And now, we've cleaned up and now it's a lot better, but that's what probably the one mistake I look out for. Make sure you know your numbers. Make sure you're always staying, good companies are going to be anywhere from right around a 20% profit margin. So as long as you can keep that as you grow, that's a good number. And 25% is a great number. That's key. So you always want to make sure you're paying attention and you have good accounting. Good accounting is key. So one of the best, having up-to-date numbers. As you grow, you want to make sure your profitability stays around 20%. and 25% is great. And knowing that number, having up-to-date accounting so you can always be managing that as you grow is key. And there's companies that do that. If you don't have somebody, like, for example, I go accounting, that's the best feature that they have, is the up-to-date books weekly. My CPAs get it. They're like, who does your numbers? Oh my God, this is incredible. And the CPA I use, it has a lot of clients, they're like, this is great. You have a great thing, so that is huge. So as you grow, you'll want to make sure you're staying in that 20%, 25% profit margin. So don't just blow your load, right? And have priority list and then implement, perfect, and then move on to the next idea.
That's awesome. And so while you're in Dallas here, I know you were in there for the Super Bowl. I'm super jealous. That sounds like that must have been awesome. But if someone comes to the Dallas conference, where do they have to go? Any spots they have to hit while they're there?
I think it depends. In the outside of the conference?
Yeah, recreationally. Hey, you're gonna do business, but you got to have a little bit of a good time, right?
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of a good time. And, that's the cool thing, going to conferences, you get to experience new parts of the world. Texas is known for its barbecue and steak. So hit up a steak place, man. I know last time we were here, we went to Kavanaugh's and got cowboy boots.
Wow.
Got in that culture. So check it out, man. I mean, and I told you this when we were at a conference, it's great going into the classes, you learn a lot, but make sure you're going out and ingratiating yourself with the people and in the conference and planning dinners with them. Hey, you want to go grab a bite? Because you're gonna learn so much more at the dinners, at the happy hours, about, and people open up to you about what they're doing in their business.
Yeah.
And you learn so much. I mean, it's incredible. But yeah, Dallas is fun. This is my, I think, third time here. We haven't eaten a steak yet. We've had some Mexican, which is pretty good. I went to a sports bar for the Super Bowl. Go Bucks!
Yeah,
so happy.
Go Tom!
I love the Go Tom. I love Patrick Mahomes, but it was nice to see Tom Brady move and then win a Super Bowl. That's incredible. It's dominating. And he's coming back next year. So, but yeah, man, it's conferences are always fun because you get to experience new parts. You get to see how people live. You get to, and I do enjoy that.
Yeah,
I miss being away from my kids, but
You're so right. You had told me that, it was that's when you're going to learn really in the conferences, is when you're not in the lessons. Like, you'll learn a lot there, obviously a lot of great structured stuff, but there's times when people let their guard down when you're out of that situation, when you're in like the regular, like in Dallas, when you're in Dallas or when you're in the outside area and people are more in a casual setting. I feel like they really do open up and you get the nuggets of information. You get a lot of really valuable stuff that way.
Exactly. And I think I've learned a lot outside of that. And again, I'm not saying to go drink and bullshit, but to share a beer with somebody, or share a Coke with somebody outside. People are going to share things with you that are going to be so valuable. Even and you're going to get their and then you're going to get their numbers, right? And then now I can have a connection that I can follow up with, and we can share documents. We can share what we're doing. Hey, I have this hiring issue. What would you do in this situation?
Yeah.
Right. And you're getting a connection and you're building a relationship. And some of these guys are great friends of mine now.
Yeah.
Because I've done this, and we're all similar minded people that we want to grow a business. And that's huge for us.
Yeah.
So guys, if you haven't gone to a conference, I strongly encourage you to do so. It's going to be tremendous value. I'm glad that I could tune in from Dallas with my boy Jake. I hope that you guys are growing. I hope that there's value. If you guys have any topics you want us to cover, please let us know. We're here to help you. We're going to come to you weekly. This truly is a business growth podcast for the inspection industry. Free information. And we're here to help you guys.
All right. And let's cut to a commercial real quick. We got a little ad from our sponsor, and then one more question when we come back. And now a quick word from our sponsor, Pair Payments. Are you a home inspector looking to pair with the best payment processor to fit your needs? Well, look no further than Pair Payments. Call us today at 833-968-7767 or visit our website, pairpayments.com. And don't forget to ask about no-fee credit card processing. Thank you. All right, we're back. So, Joey, what is one thing you're going to implement from this conference?
One thing I'm going to implement, or not really, I don't know if it's an implementation, but it's a goal that I have that I need to immediately get to $300,000 in our bank account. To, I was asked the question, what is your zero? And what's the money you need in your business checking account to feel comfortable? And that number was 300,000. And it varies from business to business. You need to understand what your zero is. For us, that's about, 3 payrolls. I do want to get a little bit higher in that because we have an ownership team. We have three other owners. Cash has always been one of those things where we've never really built up, and we've taken bonuses out and did things. So that's one of the immediate goals that we're going to implement coming out of this conference. And that's really our yearly goal. We kept it simple. I don't, revenue of 3 million and have $300,000 cash in the bank is huge kept it simple. Now I have goal and other team leads and all that stuff, but that's our focus. And I didn't want to complicate. I don't have 10 different goals or 5 different goals this year.
Keep it
it's literally 3,300,000 in the bank. Yeah. And if we get over that, perfect. If we don't, perfect. So
yeah. Well, cool. Good luck. That sounds like a great goal to me, and I love the idea.
Awesome, brother. Yeah. So this has been great, and we're having a ball.
Well, have fun in Dallas, Joey. I'm jealous. I wish I was there.
I know, man. I wish you were here. Yeah, you're coming to the next one, man. It's gonna be a blast.
All right. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. So thank you for everyone listening. We appreciate you checking everything out. And yes, definitely like, subscribe, comment, reach out in any way. If you want to be on the show, let us know. But
heck yeah. Thanks, guys.